Red Day stands for Renew, Energize, Donate. Every year, every Keller Williams across the globe gets together, takes the day off, they shut the office down and goes to give back to the community in some way. So this year, our project is going to be so I'll turn it over to Debbie.
So Dave McFarland got us in contact with the Living and Learning Center, which is the old Don Massey home at the corner of 8 Mile and Griswold. So basically they're an enrichment center for teens and adults that have autism or similar type things. They go there to learn life skills, do camps, take art classes, different things like that. And it's just a really large facility and grounds that they kind of took on. But that's kind of the purpose of what they do.
Yeah, so Debbie has not met with them yet.
No, we've done Zoom and phone, but I haven't walked the grounds yet.
So next week, we're planning on going to walk the grounds to get a better idea of what projects that they have available for us so we can start to develop lists and subcommittees for those different things.
Yeah. Move on to
Did these people live in the house, Debbie? I'm sorry.
nobody stays there unless they're there for like a camp or something like that. I really use it as kind of like a day center. So some of the things that they told us that they really need help with is just general spring cleanup. They host summer camps. They have bees. You can kind of see some of the bee keeping things in the background. They need some help with gardening, raking, landscaping. A large project, if we wanted to take it on, would be building a chicken coop. An Eagle Scout built this one by himself.
Do you have any Eagle Scouts? Debbie showed me this picture and I was like, can we just hire the Eagle Scout? Because I don't know where to start with that.
So apparently they have chicken structure. And the chicken, they actually sell eggs there. That's like a job for one of the students or individuals to do and coordinate. They have a farmer on the ground, St. Farmer Mary, who I'll be meeting. So this is a chicken coop they already have, but they have chicks that they're raising that are going to need a home to go into. And they are looking, it doesn't have to be us. They said it's too big of a project. We don't have to take it on, but they would need like a bridge connecting the two coops. They will take care of the bridge. They just need a second coop. And then it's not on here because I didn't hear this until 6:30 this morning, but a tool shed is also something that we could supply. And that necessarily wouldn't have to be built. That could just be like shipped and put up, whether it's metal or wood or what have you. But that's a picture of it, like a window and all. So I was picturing like wire and wood.
Yeah. When I heard chicken coop, I thought we'd literally put stakes in the ground, wrap it with wire, call it a day. But we'll see if we can even get to that. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be too much. So
Might be too much.
So some ways that we would leverage it would be, I have a list here that they just sent at 6:30 this morning. So I don't have a copy for all of us, but I'll send it out once we kind of whittle it down. But Jess had mentioned that another KW office did like an Amazon wish list, their Smile account, and then they shared it and leveraged it with their clients so their clients could send things. They have some things like that on here, like general PPE, like gloves or glasses, things like that for the students. But there's also items on here like drill bits, hedge clippers, kitchen brooms, push brooms, watering cans, larger items like a tractor. We kind of crossed that off already. An air compressor, wrenches, that sort of a thing. Some of the items are going to be items that we need for the spring cleanup day. So if you have it at home, you want to bring it with you and then take it with you, or some items can be left there for them to use to continue cleaning up the facility as they go on. So,
does anybody here have like a connection to like a hardware store or landscaping or anything? I know Mark McDonald, right? So I'll talk to Mark, but does anybody here have anything? That might be another thing that you can reach out to your database for. 2 years ago, we did a project at the CARES building in Farmington. We actually did it 2 and 3 years ago. And someone, which we're trying to figure that out, who had the connection to Home Depot. Do you remember? Was it that? That's what Katie said too. So we'll ask Annette. But like Home Depot showed up with like a couple of truckloads worth of stuff, rakes and shovels and stuff. So that might be a good option. And we'll talk to Mark too.
Andrew knows someone at Weingarts that has donated things for JCs, so I can also try Weingarts.
That'd be great. I was just going to ask you, Katie, if you could take some notes. And then like leveraging this with your clients and your database, we're always looking for like a touch on our database. This is really good, letting them know we even do this. Every time agents send this out, they get positive feedback that you are working like in the community and getting back. So definitely like, and if you could make a note of this, we can put together like a sample email and then you guys can, edit it to your own self and send it out if you want.
I have at her too, like art supplies and toiletry needs. I'm assuming that's a need. She just is only focusing on outside. So if we find that there's stuff on here we don't really want to do. They teach like art classes. They have people there. So even simple things like toilet paper, like those are all expenses and things that they need.
Did she share like the students that go there? Is this like, it's like a pay to go or is it?
Yes. So like if for a student to go to a week of camp is over $500.
Okay. All right.
And their website is livingandlearning.org if you want to go on there and look at it. If Jess can throw that in the chat too. I put on here, we need your help. Obviously, we're going to be forming subcommittees hopefully by next Thursday. And then every person, the main thing to know is like every person that's coming to Red Day has to fill out, because of the nature of their work, there are a couple of forms that you have to fill out: a volunteer application, a background check form, and a waiver saying that you won't share any information about the students you might be in contact with. So that's going to be probably a job in and of itself, just coordinating that with people, because we're here because we're interested in helping, but there's a lot of agents that will just show up on Red Day to help out, and they won't be able to help if they don't have that filled out ahead of time. So we kind of have to get that going as soon as possible. So Rob will talk about it at the stakeholder meeting on Tuesday. And then I think electronically we can send those out to agents who are saying that they're going to want to be there on Red Day. It's a little bit of a nuisance of a step, but I think it will also be helpful to gauge what type of turnout we're going to have and what we can actually accomplish with our projects.
Yeah, I think one of the things that the office we can do is have like the and Jess, if you're still on there, we can have the ladies
I'm
downstairs
listening.
help with like calling through the roster. Like if you plan on coming, then we need, just to make sure
We
that,
could even put the waivers in DocuSign and send them out to our agents to sign from
Yeah.
there.
That's what I'm saying.
yeah.
Okay.
But to get the people to say, yeah, I'm coming, we can
Ahead of
take that task on and say, we will call everyone. See,
Yeah.
because we have probably, this is about the group we typically have size to plan things. And then when you get there, there's like, 40 to 60 people, would you say is fair the last few years? I mean, even last year with it being weird, remote or COVID style, we had 20 people at least, 25.
And what we liked about this is their facility is very large, so we'll be spaced out over different projects all outside. We're not going inside of their building at all. So pray for no rain, and we should be able to do this even if we have 60 people. I mean, they even grow lavender on their grounds, which we can't like do anything with because it's not that time, but it's just a really large facility to allow us to be distant.
With the waivers real quick, do those, I think we want to be sure they don't need to be wet ink. I don't know if an e-sign suffices on that. And do those need to be turned in ahead of time, or can we have some on hand for people that might show up that neglected to do it?
So to answer the first part of your question, she believes e-sign will be fine.
Yes.
To answer your second question, no, because it's a background check form, so they can't look into your background the day that you come there. So if you're shady.
Does this eliminate you, David?
So when do we need those by? Did she say like a week ahead of time, or is it
She
a
didn't
day?
say, she said as soon as possible.
Okay.
So
Huh?
Yeah.
I don't think they. It's,
You know,
you're
like-
working with a nonprofit and they're just like, I got information for today at 6:38 this morning after bugging them for 2 weeks. So it's just working with.
Or at
But
least
you're
we
saying like,
should
we need to have the background checks turned in by,
Exactly.
Otherwise
like,
they
we
can't
should
come.
have it caught up for sure, because if somebody does the day before,
Yeah,
what are
they
we
won't
gonna
be
do
able
with that?
You're gonna end up turning people away at the door.
Right.
Yeah.
That is the hiccup with them, but.
we will make sure it's clear. You can't show up the day of. You have to have this. And then we'll just ask them next time we talk to them, what's the lead time you need to have these in by?
Yeah.
And we'll add a date to that.
Yeah.
Do you want to talk about shirts?
Sure. I think Tammy's wearing one, but so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is the one that I ordered for family reunion. The one that includes the donation, it's the premium shirt. And I can share the website if you want me to, but this is the premium shirt, and Cujo Graphics and Keller Williams is going to donate a portion of the cost of this shirt to the Red Day needs that we have. And then traditionally, I heard you guys always have a $10 shirt. We wanted to provide that in case somebody wanted to go that direction. The $10 shirt that has been offered on the websites I've looked at and in the past is 100% cotton shirt, those like thick ones that kind of rub on your armpits. This $10 shirt that Cujo Graphics is offering is actually a 50-50 blend. And so it is still going to be a really nice, soft, comfortable shirt to wear, even though it's we're offering it at the $10 price. So we'll have options for the agents, and I'm going to have a sample of each of these shirts. We can have them in the office so people can kind of see them and see which one they would prefer to have.
And they're not just red, they're like heathered, if that makes sense.
Yeah, we chose the heather color. Everyone kind of liked that because they think they'll be able to wear it throughout the year a little bit more. The store will close on April 22nd, I think was the day that we chose. There's a little wiggle room there, but they just need time to get the order delivered and made. And then in addition, the website is very user friendly. They can go right on, pay there. We'll do a bulk delivery, essentially me bringing it to the office. So everyone can pick it up at the office or at the site. Conversely, if somebody is just adamant about wanting to put it onto their monthly bill, we still have that option for them. We're not going to really advertise it that way just because it makes more work for everyone involved. But we can generate a list of who, it's probably going to fall on to Katie, but Katie will get a list of the people who want it on their monthly bill. And then we'll do like a bulk order through the website, and it'll still be easy peasy. So we're going to try to make it easy. I know it's a little different than the past years, but it should be easy for everyone involved. And does anyone have any questions?
No.
Okay.
So this website is set, you can directly go on and buy your own shirt. I think that'll be a lot easier. than years past. We'll get that out to everyone as well. That's the end of Debbie's slideshow. How do I get
Great PowerPoint, Debbie.
amazing PowerPoint?
All from my iPhone. So
How do I, Katie, how do I exit out of this?
Escape on the keyboard.
Yes, I was hoping that by today we would be able to form subcommittees, but it's been a little bit like pulling teeth, and they're super grateful, like super grateful, but they just hired a new farmer. So like Farmer Mary didn't have help, so now there's Farmer Rob, and they didn't really have help before, and so they're super grateful. They just didn't, they had to get organized to kind of get the information.
I think we got enough time. We can do that next week. And then we can walk the grounds, see exactly what needs to be done, and then put it all
I
together.
think overall though, before we meet with her, I would like to know if anyone else thinks that building a chicken coop is even within reach of, I don't even know what that costs the Eagle Scout, but they want them to be uniform, right? They want them to look the same. So.
Is that something the Eagle Scout built and then put it like built? Like, was it a kit that he got and he put together, or he started from scratch?
I doubt he did it in a day.
Yeah.
Sharon.
Yeah, he is
There we go. No, I'm just
hired. All Eagle Scouts know how to make chicken coops, so we'll hire her son to do it.
The tool shed is a little more attainable, like you can get one from Lowe's for like $800, and it's a really nice wood one, or you can get one from Amazon that is metal that I think has to be put together, but it's like $350. So it's a wide range. And again, we can ask them what they're looking for, but I don't know if we just are fun, like the financial part of it. I guess I'm unclear of like where the funds come from for Red Day in the past. Like, did we end up getting the play structure donated? Didn't like we raised money for
We
it?
raised money for it, yeah. Yeah, we didn't get donated from like Lowe's or something. Are they willing to like buy a chicken coop and we put it together for them?
So
Yes,
she said that there were some chicken coops that they found on Marketplace that were similar for like $175 that they were looking
Oh.
at. But then again, if you're buying someone's used chicken coop and then you have to like re-put it together,
Yeah.
so.
Or we could always like paint it, spruce it up, and make it look better.
Yeah.
Be a day project.
Typically, for those of you not involved in Red Day before, it's like, this is like a general idea of what we're doing. And then as we get closer, like it all starts to kind of come together as far as like who's being involved and what stuff. So for those of you in the room today, what will end up happening is like, you will all, if you're willing to, kind of be like the leader of whatever the project is. So when we come up with these projects, like for example, 2 years ago, that when we did the house in Garden City with this place you're talking about, there was a spot in the front of the yard that we created a extra parking spot. And Daniel kind of took that over because we had some big equipment brought in that day and he had the connection for that. So he kind of took over that project. There was a group of us that built the play structure and painting happened with Dave McFarland and his crew kind of got on that. So we'll kind of assign that stuff next week as we figure out what the stuff is. Yeah, we'll get pictures of the grounds and then we'll put these lists of what needs to be done, create subcommittees, and then the day of, when people show up, it'll be like, okay, this group is working with David and you're in charge of this, and this group's with Daniel and you're in charge of this group's with Autumn and you're in charge of this, and we just kind of go to work. Lunch will be provided, and then we're doing a happy hour at where? We haven't booked it yet.
That's gonna be a subcommittee.
Okay.
We haven't booked anything yet, but pools was discussed.
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah.
Pools?
Pools.
She's got COVID brain still, so.
No. Yeah.
Oh, they're
Go to
doing
one
it.
after it.
Yeah.
No, never again.
It'll-
Where I got it from.
It'll be somewhere in Northville. We'll do a little get together afterwards,
Okay, we'll figure it
drinks and
Yeah.
snacks and stuff like that. So we'll figure
We were
that
kind
out.
of waiting until it got a little bit closer because when the numbers started trending back up, we were like,
Yeah, we'll play it by
It
ear.
just depends because also we don't know what we're allowed to bring to the restaurant.
Right. So we'll figure it out. What questions does anybody or everybody have? Oh, Roxanne, welcome.
What happens if it rains?
How are you guys?
Good. How are you?
I'm hanging in there, you know?
Good question. So if it rains, if it is typically, if it rains and it's just rainy, we do it. If it's storming, we don't. So we'll have to have like
But do we
Right
respect
day.
we will have a rain day. Yeah. But if it's just bad weather, we still will get out there and make it happen as long as it's, not a total washout. Yeah. Yeah. As long as most of the stuff can get done, we might have to pivot on a couple things, but we plan to execute everything on that day.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that we're also offering masks on the website if anybody's interested in ordering those also.
Awesome.
Keller Williams masks.
Yeah, I
Yes.
don't know if you guys can see the screen I'm sharing
We
or
can.
not,
Yep, we can see it.
so that you can get it in black or red.
Okay.
So it wouldn't be a red day specific one. It would be something you could wear throughout, the rest of this mask stuff.
Great.
Katie, can you write down everyone who's in this meeting? We will send out the link for the t-shirts and the masks to everybody. If you want to order them up front. Thoughts, questions, comments, concerns?
Well, I have like 10 Red Day shirts, so I'm not buying another one.
Oh, come on, Roxanne.
Oh, heck, no. I've got them various sizes too, so.
You
But
could open your own Red Day shirts store, huh?
yeah, yep. Well,
For those of you that don't have a bunch of red shirts, or if you'd like to make the donation, Roxanne,
yes.
then you can buy the $20 shirt.
So I'm sorry, I missed the first couple minutes. Did we actually choose our place we're going to or what we're doing?
Yes, we did. we're working, what's the name of it?
The Living and Learning Center.
Living and Learning Center in Northville. It's right at 8th and Griswold.
Okay,
It's the old Don Massey mansion.
yes,
Yeah, so it's it's a center for autistic teens and young adults.
beautiful.
And they run programs and summer camps and stuff there. They need some help outside on the grounds, getting things in order.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yep.
This meeting was recorded, so we'll send a recording out because it looks like we did have a couple other people join us a little late. But this meeting we will hold every Thursday at 12 o'clock. So
Okay.
mark your calendar now, 12 p.m. every Thursday, in person or Zoom. We get together and keep moving the ball forward. The goal is by the end of April, we have everything ready to go, and then we're just waiting for Red Day to show up.
And it does sound like things that people could work on is if they have a connection at Home Depot or a landscaping store or anything like that.
Yeah.
To help and come with something maybe next Thursday.
Yeah, did you all hear that online?
No,
No.
So what we're looking for today is everyone to walk away and tap your database, and anybody you know that might have a connection with like Home Depot or a hardware store. We will send an email out with the items that we're kind of looking for to be donated. Okay, so if you have that, and the other thing we talked about earlier, for those of you that missed it, is we'll put together a form email that you can edit and send out. That's got kind of what we're doing, and reach out to your database. It's a good touch on your database, and most of the time we find people do want to help and contribute.
mhm,
Okay. And the last thing for anyone who joined us late is if you plan to participate on the day of, you have to have a background check done. So we'll be sending those out to you guys before they're due, I guess.
okay,
It is May 14th. It's the second Thursday of the month.
I just want to know if P is cooking hot dogs, though.
You know he will.
I'm not coming unless there's hot dogs.
Pete will be cooking hot dogs,
Good,
and we'll have beverages as well.
good.
I'll bring the veggie burgers.
Veggie burgers by Katie.
Yay. Super. Well, thank you to everybody who's gotten it started for us.
Yes, thank you.
Really appreciate that.
This is a lot of work. I know it is. So any last minute things, ideas, thoughts? All right, so we'll see everyone back here next Thursday, 12 o'clock, with any type of connection or donations that you've been able to secure if possible.
Good.
Cool.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.
Love you guys. Bye.
Bye. Did you get everyone?
Picture of your list.
Did you get everyone?
Yeah, you said tidy.
She was on and
I
then
heard the email.
she logged off. Yeah.